So sometimes people's waters go before they go into labour. If that happens before the end of your 37th week of pregnancy, we call it premature rupture of membranes. And that's when your baby is going to be a little bit smaller. So once you come into the hospital, and if we have confirmed that as a diagnosis, we would take swabs from you to make sure there's no infection there, because infection is one of the big risks with premature rupture of membranes, and you will be put on antibiotics. Equally, we might give steroid injections to mature the baby's lungs, because we know that about 50% of people whose waters go will deliver within the first week after that. Another drug that we sometimes use for very premature babies is magnesium sulfate, because that helps to protect the baby's brain. So usually when someone comes in, they have a scan, we look at the weight of the baby and we monitor the baby, and you're in hospital until your baby delivers. And around the 36th or 37th week, we may consider delivering you at that point, because the baby is fully grown, you've had your steroids. But the important message is that you need to come in if your waters go. For someone whose waters go at full term before and their baby is fully grown, equally it's important to come into the hospital. We know again that a lot of people will go on to labour after their waters go, but in a small percentage they don't. The biggest risk a baby faces when the waters have gone is infection. So in that situation, you will be put on antibiotics, and more than likely, if there's no sign of you going into labour yourself, then we would induce labour for you. And we have separate classes on our website about what induction involves. So the important thing is that you're in hospital and that we're prepping your baby and minding the baby. Because the baby has been born after the waters have gone, the paediatrician will attend the delivery and check the baby out, and we'll always be monitoring the baby to make sure that there isn't any infection. Group B streptococcus is an organism that's most associated with infections, and they're the antibiotics that we give to protect the baby from infection.